Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and I just want to make a very quick commentary right now about the March 18th server patch and a few tweaks and nerfs that we've suffered. Ironically, 12 days after the all-encompassing March 6th patch. Now, strictly saying, this isn't a stealth patch because it was advertised on the Battlelog forums, but some of the changes sort of slipped under the radar. And they also kind of demolished some of my previous videos I made on several topics, like, for example, the tank countermeasures and the naval strike DOC weapons and such. So, here we go. I was playing yesterday and actually found this out completely by accident, but apparently they patched that before you could equip a launcher in the second slot together with your AA mine, making for a little combination. After the AA mine came out, everyone started equipping it with the Igla or Stinger and started spamming the helicopters, which to be honest was very, very predictable and, kind of expected that it would happen. I just don't see DICE being oblivious enough that they didn't know. So they closed that loop. Now you can't equip a launcher together with the AA mine. Now you can no longer pick up AA mines once you put them down, further nerfing the hilariously inadequate weapon. Javelin was nerfed to 30 damage from 34, ironically after it was buffed from 25 in the March 6th patch. It is now a 4-hit kill, which I believe is completely wrong move for DICE. I mean, completely nerfing the Javelin, which was already pretty hard to use, having to, lace the target all the way until it hits, standing out in the open, making yourself a target. Using 4 missiles to kill a tank is just ridiculous, especially if the tank has active protection. Then you're going to spend 5 missiles. Oh, and speaking of the Javelin, they patched the exploit where you could do dual hits with the Javelin missile. While one was in the air, you could reload, relock the tank, and fire another missile. So, kind of like they did with the Shwo, you cannot double fire the Shwo anymore, and you can't double fire the Javelin anymore. If you try to launch a second missile while the first one is still in the air, the first one pretty much disappears. In fact, I just did a video on it, about double firing the Javelin, and I was gonna upload it as a tactical tips video for Battlefield 4, and DICE has completely ruined all my plans, so, no more tactical tips video for you. Thanks, Obama. Which brings me to the active protection nerf. They nerfed active protection cooldown time from 30 to 35 seconds, making it even harder to use and screwing up my tactical tanking countermeasure video completely. Honestly, DICE should stop playing around with the stats on the goddamn weekly basis. It's incredibly annoying. They also buffed the flare's cooldown time from 25 to 20 seconds and the ECM cooldown time from 30 to 25 seconds. They fixed the bullpup weapon's movement speed and reduced the flipping effects the missiles had on helicopters even more. They also reduced the Stingers and Igla's damage against scout and attack helicopters and jets from 45 to 35%, which I think is a really crappy change. And they also reduced the damage Zuni rockets did to other choppers from 20 to 18, because it was the only setup good pilots used in helicopter, only air superiority, which was supposedly OP. I think it took skill to use the Zunis properly, and I don't agree with this change at all. Maybe the reason they did it is because the critical hit threshold is 20 or something like that in a single direct hit, and the helicopters used to get disabled in air superiority from a single hit. Splash damage remains at 10, I believe. They also buffed the nail guns, also known as the CBJ-MS, damage across all ranges, and just as we all predicted, they increased the side-to-side recoil on the AWS because it was pretty much a laser, a god gun, so they wanted to take it down some. So there you have some changes. I don't necessarily agree with some or most of them, and in fact I think they came in way too quickly after the last patch, in which they also changed some of the same stats. But what do you say? Do you agree with the changes that they made to the game? Does it make the game better? Comment below, and thanks for watching. Please rate and share this video as it helps my channel grow. Check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.